Hello, sneakers, and welcome to this week's episode of Sneak Attack. Here with your advertiser update is Josh.
This episode is brought to you by Patreon. You guys are amazing. We have amazing fans. I prepared this statement.
Yep, this was all planned.
That I wanted to say how grateful we are for everyone who's supporting us.
Get the paper out.
He's really bad at reading.
Despite the, Patreon bad move, I know there are some people who had to stop giving because financially they couldn't afford it, and that's totally okay. But yeah, we just want to let you guys know we love all the support. And the greatest thing you could ever do to support us is just keep listening to the show. So whether you're a patron or not, thank you for sticking with us. Also, I don't know, Dice Envy?
Dice Envy, yeah. Our friends over at Dice Envy.
Yeah. Get them cool dice. They sweet.
Their subscription models. You can get monthly dice sent to your door.
Every month.
Or you can buy cool individual dice as well.
Yes.
And what's their website called?
It's diceenvy.com.
Diceenvy.com.
/sneak.
/sneak for 100% off. Not true. That's not true. Don't do that.
That is an ad. Then audibletrial.com /sneak. Get yourself a book. Ooh, read. Can I please talk a little bit?
Very quick.
Blue Apron.
Blue Apron's good too.
But we're not
/sneak.
actually sponsored by them.
Oh, man. Please go through the Wheel of Time series.
Haven't you promoted this before?
It's 14 books long.
Yeah, he finally finished it.
I just finished it, and it's incredible.
It's been
The guy
it's
died
been the
after,
longest year of my life.
The guy died after book 3, right?
No, book 11 was his last book.
Oh, 3 books after.
12, 13,
Ghost
and
written
14.
books?
12, 13, and 14 were written based off over 1 million words worth of notes that he kept.
That's almost as many words as I have.
And
for this next
No,
episode.
total.
wanted it.
Oh.
Just in my vocabulary.
He wanted it to be like a 900-page book, was it 900,000 word book? But they split into 3 books, so the last 3 were supposed to be 1. Anyway, I feel like I was personally affected by this series. It's so good.
Touch you deep inside.
Please read it. Please, I know it's hard looking at 14 books and reading it. I could not encourage you enough. Wheel of Time.
You know, it'd be a lot easier to go through those books if you didn't have to sit down and read them page by page. If only there was a service that could read them for you.
And you
My
could get
dad.
the first one for free
Oh, well.
by going to audibletrial.com /
You buried the lead again, Josh.
What?
I was trying to create banter, but you ruined it.
Oh, sorry. Where could you do that, Reed? What kind of place is there?
It's over.
More like wasted time. Am I right?
Got it.
He sits, waits for the moment, and then comes in
I'm just going to cry.
more like wasted time. So there's all those things.
Robert Jordan gave his life to that book series. You shut your mouth.
You put some respect on his name.
Seriously, guys, we do appreciate everything, all the support, all the love. Just keep listening, keep sharing the show. We couldn't do this without you guys.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Sneak Attack.
What?
I am Reed, your host and DM, and we just realized that Dan is going to do this week's recap. Going around the table, we've got
Akio.
Brenna.
Milo.
And Greg.
And here with last week's episode recap is our boy Akio.
I'm covering my notes.
All right, so last week we ran out of the fiery tower and there were playing cards and t-shirts falling down.
It's true.
And Akio grabbed a t-shirt and shed a single tear.
Going with the mic rendition, I like it.
Yeah.
Focusing on himself.
And that was the end of the episode.
And then we went and slept, and Greg got real mad and went off by himself. Akio made breakfast for everyone. It was very delicious. And then after everyone had full bellies, we went and met Greg. We went into the Valisar statue, introduced Milo to the teleporter, stepped through the portal, and now we're in Vorstëad. It's snowy. There's a mountain. There's a really cool statue that's carved into the mountain of Valisar. Because the dwarfs don't do anything half-baked. And now we're making our way down the mountain.
Oh, dude.
That's pretty on point.
He nailed
What was the name of the guard that he met?
Anthony.
Well done.
Straight fire.
And you were worried.
Yeah.
What were you worried
That was
about?
probably one of the easier episodes I've ever
Yeah, I know.
Let's never have him.
What
do the
just
recap
happened
again.
10
That was
minutes ago?
boring.
I gave him a real slow pitch,
We
but
met one NPC.
So you guys are moving down the mountain, the Arden Mountains, as it has been determined based on Gray's expert knowledge of geography in this island.
And great maps.
So you're standing at the top of this clearing where you can see for miles out in front of you. You're at the northernmost part of Vorstëad, looking south down into the valley below. You see the frozen forest at the base of this mountains. And so you realize that Rockbrook is close, very nearby. And that is, oh boy, I need to get my notes out from my different source. I have 2 pages of notes here. Clan Stone Splitter.
Yeah.
Is the clan that occupies and has kind of made their home in Rockbrook. So they're kind of like the chief clan of this city. And they, for those of you that don't know, Grayk knows because he's a nerd. I guess I'm a nerd for writing it. But Clan Stone Splitter is kind of made themselves responsible for a lot of the raw materials that get all used throughout Vorstëad. That includes ore, wood, naturally occurring resources, that kind of stuff.
So they do everything around here.
They are in charge of quite a bit. You can think of it as kind of like the recycle symbol, or just like a wheel, like how like water falls from the sky and then it goes into the ground and then it
circle of life.
And yeah, kind of that thing.
They don't forge them.
They don't forge them, but they gain and gather all of these natural resources based on just their pretty convenient geography. They've got access to all these mines and mountains around them, and then at the base of this mountain is this massive forest for them to take advantage of. So as you're kind of surveying everything, Grayk, you spot something off in the distance that is kind of unsettling, and it's a couple dark pillars of smoke rising from the frozen forest.
From the frozen forest?
From the frozen forest.
Because Rockbrook's on the other side of the mountains.
It's kind of right in the middle, actually.
Oh, really?
Where
Okay.
where a bunch of these large mountain peaks kind of like where they're joined at the base. Rockbrook is kind of built right into the center of that base.
Gotcha.
A virtually impregnable city, very difficult to impregnate, I think is what that means. But it's strategically very well positioned, but if someone were to try and like create a blockade, it'd be very easy to almost trap them in their own city.
Gotcha. Keep them from getting resources from other places.
Precisely. Can't send anything out, can't get anything in.
I think they're under attack. We need to go.
Okay.
So Greg starts to run.
Okay, you
Brian
run.
runs faster.
Probably true.
Probably true.
All right, you guys start sprinting down this path, and you're not heading just like due south anymore towards this forest or towards the peaks. You have to follow the trail back further into the mountain, and you realize after about a mile or so, as you bend a path further to the north, back into the mountain range, that you can see the city of Rockbrook nestled all nicely and cozily in the middle of all these mountain ranges.
Okay. Does it look like they're under attack? Is it clear that
Rockbrook does not appear to be under attack, no.
the 2 smoke pyres, are they still coming from the city?
From the forest.
Frozen forest.
Oh, beyond the city.
Yes, the base of the mountains, whereas, again, Rockbrook is dead center of this mountain range.
Yeah.
At the base of the mountains to the south is where you saw those 2 large pillars of smoke
I got
in
you.
the forest.
Is there any guards watching this entrance to the city?
Too far away to tell. You
Okay.
can see it from a distance right now, probably another 30 minutes on foot, so maybe a mile or 2, but you can just see down into this almost bowl-like valley
Okay.
where the city's built into.
All right.
All right.
Keep going, right?
We keep going.
Yep. So as you get closer, this path becomes much more established. It's no longer just a basic footpath that's been kind of weather-worn throughout the years. It's actual cobblestone. People have started to maintain this and actually establish that this is how we're going to get up the mountain if we need to. As you get closer, Greg, have you been here before?
Yeah, but it would have been when he was like a kid.
Pretty young.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much you would remember, but as you get closer, you realize that much of this city is not even exposed to the outside world. There's like a central hub, some basic markets and stuff like that, but a lot of the city is actually built into the mountain itself. So big caves and caverns lead from this almost central square and they go in all directions into the mountains.
Okay.
And you realize that the only way into the city from the south is through one of these mountain passes. Like the only reason you're able to get into the city right now is because you're coming from the top of the mountain rather than like the forest itself.
Gotcha.
So we'll say after half an hour of running, you're winded, you're wheezing, the cold air is not great in your lungs, but you get to pretty close to the city, and you can start to see a little bit more detail.
Brenna says, you guys are kind of like groundhogs and meerkats, but those probably don't exist here.
I was thinking meerkats, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the tunnels, like you build into the mountain instead of building around yourselves.
Oh, that's the miners more than anyone. We do, a lot of us do build into the mountains, but there are several dwarven cities that aren't even near large mountain ranges.
This is all very interesting to me.
Well, good. You should learn more about dwarves. They're pretty great.
So as you...
Hey, but Greg is fighting, like, combating emotions at this point where he's like...
Pretty great.
Not like that kind of, not those kind of emotions. Where he feels a sense of comfort being in a land that he's familiar with.
Yeah.
Excitement at, you know what I mean, being around other dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also somewhat tenuous.
Oh no, I have to do dwarf voices.
They can just be regular voices, man.
High pitch.
Make them
High
all
pitch.
high pitch.
And he's also somewhat nervous as to like what his reception will be, or if anyone will remember him or any of that. You know,
that makes sense.
So
Just a lot of emotions flowing right now. Well, it's okay. We'll navigate them delicately together
Thanks, Reed.
with a lot of respect and dignity.
Great. I've
remember
come
who
to
else is
expect
sitting
nothing
at
else
this
from
table,
you guys.
right?
Yeah, no, I said I would approach them with respect and
Yeah,
dignity.
let's remember who's on this side of the table.
So,
The bullies.
Danny?
We'll see.
He's just happy. He's just happy we're not picking on him.
yeah. Danny's like, I'm not going to say anything to draw attention.
Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it.
So, you're still kind of up, elevated above the city right now as this path moves into the central square. And as you get in, you can see carved into the mountain itself, similar to the statue of Alistar at the top, but definitely more erected rather than formed. You see two pretty tall dwarven statues. Statues of a dwarf with like an axe in one hand, like a woodcutter's axe, and on the other side of this large mountain pass, an axe with a dwarf with like a pickaxe in his hand.
Cool.
Very large, like hands outstretched. They look very like prestigious, gallantly dressed kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Definitely steel workers, not like the elite type that would never do a day's labor. Like these are just the leaders of their respective trade type of thing.
Gotcha. It's kind of those been there for a long time.
Very long time. That's like one iconic piece of imagery you would remember as a child.
That just like represents the stone splitter dwarves and kind of what they do.
Yep. If you had any memory of being a child in the city, like that's what would be just ingrained in your head, just because it's kind of what greets you in the city.
Yeah.
And what represents them more than anything.
Cool.
Hey, Greg, who are those people? Was that your family?
No, that's kind of the symbol of the stone splitters.
Your family's not the symbol of everything dwarven?
No.
Aren't you like royalty?
I'm the son of a king, but that's just in Burgess.
Is there a statue of you somewhere?
No, definitely not.
Is there a statue of your dad somewhere?
Probably not. He's a current king. He's not a dwarf of legend. And I don't think those are necessarily depicting any specific dwarves. Those are right. Those are just like. Do they have? Are they depicting specific dwarves, or are they just kind of like the?
Yeah, I'll say that you would know this. You know that those guys were brothers, and some of like they were the first two kind of leaders of this area.
Gotcha.
And they are really what brought this clan to the forefront in dwarven culture and dwarven society. They kind of took this area and said, you know what? There's so many natural resources here. We can really make a name for ourselves and provide a lot for all dwarves.
Cool. So yeah, I explained that to Brenna.
Cool. That's fine.
Wow.
I
Rockbrook is the city of stone. This is where they gather and mine all of the precious metals that are used in weapons and armor for much of the world. Mm-hmm. And then my clan, the Stronghammer clan, they reside in Burgess, just further south, central of the island. Mm-hmm. They oversee the military of the isle.
I thought all of you did stone stuff.
We all learn about it. As children, we travel to each city and learn of the craft there.
What other crafts do you do?
Well, there's the Fireforge clan.
What do they do?
Emberfjord.
Emberfjord. They schmelt.
They schmelt. I could really go for a good schmelting right now. Again, I apologize, Jewish listeners.
We're just not doing well right now.
It's really offensive.
All of the ore here is transported primarily to Emberfjord, where the Fireforge dwarves forge it into weapons and armor and other basic tools.
Mm-hmm. So there's 3 clans.
No, it's 5.
What are the other 2 crafts?
Oh man, we're just gonna explain the whole thing.
Brenna's curious. She thinks dwarves are really intriguing.
It's not that they're all crafts. The
arts too.
Got him.
Who knits here? Where's the knitting clan?
No, there's the Battleborn, that clan that reside in Harkness, and they oversee much of the politics.
That sounds like my clan.
Better or worse of the island.
Yeah, that's my clan.
And then there's the Hellbringers.
Yep.
And they is actually the ones.
This is a clean podcast.
They reside in
the Heckbringers.
We have a place called the Plain of the Damned.
It's the Heckbringers.
Well, don't let their name deceive you. They're the chief. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like import export.
Yeah, the traders of the
but
isle.
Not traitors.
They reside.
Traders.
They reside in Meerheim to the west.
Okay.
Of the isle.
Okay.
Hey.
This is all factually.
That was very detailed.
Factually true. This is all actually established stuff.
Danny, would you like to tell me about your island?
Stuff that's been established since day one. Since
it's true. This
day
is
one.
This is all information that was written pre-recording. Yeah. So, yeah.
If we can, I want to talk to my father. I want to get to Burgess. But if for any reason you hear the name Black Tide more than Black Tide, he should be the current minister, right?
Yeah.
Of the Isle. Yep. If we can talk to him, that'd be better than talking to anyone. But
he's all the way down in Harkness, though.
Yeah.
Which is pretty far away.
Yeah. He might travel.
It's true.
That's why I just am like, hey, looking out for you.
Did you say my name?
Wait, hello?
I was going to the Valsar statue. I'm a Prince of the Apocalypse.
I thought you were going to say I was going to the bathroom. And I heard someone say my name.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So I give her all the history lesson or whatever.
I don't yawn at all.
It's the most basic knowledge of dwarves.
It is very interesting.
And we can assume that you're like walking into the city while all that's taking place. Lots of establishing shots, lots of sweeping scenery right now, really setting the tone for what I'm sure is going to be the interesting conversations you will have later on. So as you fully exit this path and make your way into the city, you notice that there are only a handful of guards in the area, of people of any kind, really. It seems like either everyone is either indoors or based on the fact that there's some type of assault or attack going on in the forest, maybe everyone is on like lockdown.
Yeah.
So you do see a couple guards, though.
Excuse me.
What are you doing out here?
We were wondering what's happening in the forest.
Where did you come from?
I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to give me a better answer than that last. Who? And he kind of like looks at you, Greg. He's like, "What the heck is going on here?"
I'm a Stronghammer dwarf. We found ourselves in the mountains by some sort of magic, but we're here to help.
You would know we're not big fans of magic around here, especially with what's going on in the forest.
I understand. But you see, I'm here with my wizard friend.
Akio raises his eyebrows.
He looks at you up and down, giving you the elevator eyes, going like,
What in good green heavens are you wearing?
These are called clothes where I come from.
You look like a darn fool where I come from. And he kind of like nudges. Greg starts laughing. That's perfect.
He does look like a fool. But he's a good wizard.
You travel with this lot?
Aye. We've come through a magical portal from Deerhaven.
Did you bring this with you?
No, it came before us. We were hoping we could get here sooner to warn the dwarves.
Where's the rest of the Stronghammer clan?
They're still in Burgess. I'm hoping to fetch them.
They didn't come with you.
No, alas, I'm alone.
Well, I don't know what good one Stronghammer is against an invading force, but... So, what are you doing here?
We're here to help get the dwarves ready for the war and help prepare them if we can.
He just kind of chuckles like a hearty belly laugh to himself and goes,
The war is here, son. Take a look around.
They've already come. Are they attacking the whole isle?
Every city, every hold.
Has any fallen?
No, we've been prepared for this for a while. But
Greta goes,
but not these kinds of numbers.
Well, who's in charge here in Rockbrook?
well, he kind of laughs like,
The same two who are always in charge. Theron and Thoron.
And are they at the front then fighting?
No. They're not. They're down in the hold.
Well,
Greg's really trying. He wasn't prepared for like them to already all be at war. He was hoping he could
LOL.
help warn them.
Lol.
so
So well, we
Just-
tried to save Keel's dad. Greg
Waffle.
took our time with that.
Really?
That is the trade-off.
Really?
I will say I gave you guys ample notice. You can either go to Vorstëad or you can go to Fairfall. You guys chose Fairfall. This is the result. The island is under siege because you chose Fairfall. Not that that's the wrong decision.
I know.
Josh thinks it is. Josh hates us now.
Not that it's the wrong decision.
I'll make it a little easier. People are going to be less suspicious. of a
People are
dwarf.
going to be easy to believe you.
Yeah,
yes. So
yeah.
you won't have to like sell your story nearly as much as you have in the past.
Right.
Do people here know who Greg is? Like,
They-
if we
They might
started
know the
throwing his
name.
around?
They might know the name.
so all that's left to us is to defeat the armies and survive.
You said there would be a stone here?
Aye, we need to talk to Theon and Leon.
Theron and Thoron.
Theron and Thoron.
It's very disrespectful.
I know,
know.
isn't it? From a dwarf, too.
I've been through a lot.
Brenna's trying to get in good with the dwarves.
I don't go insulting your king.
I appreciate that. But we need to talk to them if we can.
I don't know how available they are.
You see this hammer?
And he summons it to his hand.
They back up and pull their weapons.
Good job.
He said,
Do you know the name Danan Stonefist?
Every dwarf knows the name Danon Stonefist.
This is his hammer. Given to me after his death.
The two guards kind of look around and like they look at each other, and like one of them like starts to speak up, it's like starts to say something, and then like hesitates for a second, and the other one looks at you and goes,
You're the son of Brigand, aren't you?
Aye. The name's Greg.
"Yeah, the old tee up,
yeah.
got him."
You should have said, your name's Greg, isn't it?
Wait. Ah.
What's your name?
The name's Son of Brigand.
If I'm not mistaken, you were banished from this isle.
I was. Over 35 years ago.
Dwarves have long memories, boy.
I know. And my father told me to return if I had hope.
Look around, boy. What hope is there? We're being attacked by forces unknown.
And I've
Clans haven't been united in years.
I've been fighting them. These creatures. The princes of the apocalypse. Trying to stop them at every turn.
I don't know how you talk like this for all episodes, man. My throat is getting raspy.
You get used to it. I'm talking less with my throat and more with just my, like the back of my mouth.
The back of my mouth. That's still my throat.
Swear to me.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Batman line. Okay.
Where are the others?
Okay. I forgot what you just said. Something you've been fighting them.
Aye. We've been the four of us, our group here, we've been battling them for years, I suppose.
It gets tricky.
Yeah.
And I have hope. We have a purpose for being here. And I wouldn't have come back. I wouldn't have.
He looks at him. He's like, dwarf to dwarf. Like,
Oh,
I understand what a banishment is.
sure.
I wouldn't have come back unless I believed there was good reason.
I guess our princes would want to know if another prince was in their city. Banished or not, you're still the son of Brigand. And that means something here.
I'm not looking for any special treatment.
No one you'd get none. No one would.
I just want an audience.
The dwarf's got to earn his own way, you know that.
Aye.
Come on, let's get you guys inside. The three of you are probably freezing. Not used to this kind of environment. They kind of laughed.
They're kind of skinny.
I'm fine, actually. So
Fine.
I'm very cold.
cold is a state of mind. So
Cold is a state of mind. Don't let anyone tell you differently. So,
that's
okay.
a Reedism, by the way.
it's not. It's just truth.
It's a Reedism, by the way.
If you don't believe it's cold, you will not be cold. So, that kind of massive main pass that is being straddled by those two statues. He leads you down that, and it immediately starts descending into the ground. And as you guys start moving downward, it's very elaborately carved a stone pathway, probably 25, 30 feet wide. It was built to accommodate a large group of people at a time. As you pass through, there are other guards positioned just along the way, stationed up. Some of them are there are some people like sitting on the floor. It's obvious that maybe they've been hurt or they're displaced right now. It's as the further in you get, and the larger this crowd kind of establishes, you realize that like the reason why you didn't see anyone in this square or in this main gathering place is because most of the citizens of this town have been moved underground, which is fine for them. They're very comfortable there, and much of this town is miners anyways, so there's really no huge inconvenience there. You get escorted through this corridor, and it ends up opening up into this very large, almost like city within a city type of situation. The ceiling in this cave is very, very tall, probably 100 feet in the air, and hanging from the top are these very elaborately carved wooden chandeliers. You imagine carved from the wood of the frozen forest, and they are burning bright with some type of oil lantern that illuminates all of this space, and there are just dozens of them hanging from the ceiling, scattered in different spots. There's intricate pillars and stonework going floor to ceiling that support all of this, and it just right now it almost looks a little bit like a refugee camp with people in like bedrolls and stuff just kind of scattered everywhere throughout this city street. But you imagine when it's not in a type of like under siege or displaced kind of environment, that this would be a really hopping, almost like bazaar type of marketplace. Lots of commerce, lots of activity, lots of business goes on here, and deep into this corridor, deeper into the mountain, you see this massive doorway carved into the mountain. These doors extend probably 50 feet into the air and are kind of like they're very tall and then arched at the top, and they're just a giant set of wooden double doors. And the guard stops you, and he says,
You see those doors over there?
Aye.
Well, that's where the princes live. I I can't go myself. I need to stay on my guard. But if you go to the doors and tell the guard what you told me, they'll let you right in. Just tell them who you are.
Ready?
Sure.
I might need your help in there.
I don't think they like me, but I'll try.
So our plan is to find the stone,
Okay.
to enhance the amulet to help us defeat the forces of Elsar.
Are you willing to show them the amulet?
I think we need to.
Okay.
Dwarves appreciate honesty.
Something like that.
Trying to persuade them with politics isn't a good idea.
You're not a good idea.
Not these dwarves.
All right. He approaches the door and the guard's there.
Yeah, you walk probably a couple hundred feet through this bazaar, lots of people, crowds you have to navigate through. You three get a ton of weird looks as you're going through. It's a very rare sight to see any dwarves at all, or any non-dwarves at all, in Vorstëad, especially now while the island is under siege. But no one is going to like really stop you because it's obvious you're moving with a dwarf and kind of with purpose. It's kind of those act like you belong type of situations and people don't ask questions. So you get to these doors and the two guards, they're kind of just like leaning up against the wall, kind of looking around. They see the four of you approach and they quickly like snap to attention and they group together to kind of stop you guys from advancing. And one of them goes, "What are you doing here?
We're here to see the princess.
And who are they?
They're with me.
Why should we grant you an audience with the princess?"
I'm Greg, son of Brigand, formerly banished prince of Burgess. But I've returned with hope to fight back these creatures that are upon us.
Did you bring assistance from Burgess?
No, my understanding is they're under siege as well.
Aye, most of the island is.
I don't have assistance. We've come alone. We just returned to the island. Come from up north.
We're not supposed to let anyone pass, but
He was a prince.
the son of Brigand has a lot of doors open for him here.
Thanks.
What was that?
I was going to say I appreciate that, but I don't like saying that much.
Our lords of this city and your father, they've always got along pretty well.
Aye, they have.
They understand each other quite a bit.
You're the ore and weapons and that are created from here, the Fireforge clan, have always aided the Stronghammer dwarves.
Aye. Well, if you've got information about what we need to do to fight back against these foes, I'll let you through.
And he kind of like bangs on the door two solid times. It echoes through the chamber. And some people that are sitting up close to this doorway, they turn when they hear the banging sound because like these doors don't open very often. So they're kind of turning like, oh, who the heck's getting in? Who's getting an audience? And from the inside, the door opens. It swings outward instead of inward. And there's someone inside that kind of like gestures you in. And the four of you walk in and are greeted with a very, I'd say, modest throne room. It's two thrones, one made of stone, one made of wood. And they're kind of elevated up on this stone stairwell. So you have to walk up a set of about 10 or 12 stairs to get to this platform where these two thrones are sitting. And in each chair is two dwarves that resemble pretty well the dwarves based on those statues outside this.
Like those are their ancestors, basically.
Yeah. Yep. And there's a whole host of guards, a bunch of people that aren't armored, dwarves, men and women that are they look like advisors maybe, or maybe people of pretty great importance. Like if the city's going to be taken, this is probably where you want to be. It seems like the most secure place in the city type of situation.
I lean over to Greg and I whisper, "Do I kneel?"
I kneel.
Okay, I kneel.
Greg kneels as well.
All right.
Kneel, lads.
Okay. Okay, O'Neill's.
Okay.
Looks like everyone respects someone's culture.
Oh.
I sat in the chairs before.
I sat in a chair.
So at this point, the dwarf sitting in the wooden throne, he stands to his feet with a little bit of hesitation. Like it's more labored for him to get out of the chair.
Kind of an older dwarf.
Not that you can tell. He looks pretty young, but for some reason his movement is pretty labored, and he stands up and he goes, "What on earth?"
Excuse me. What on earth is this? Why am I granted an audience with a wee boy, a half-elf, and an oddly dressed human?
My lords, these are my friends. They've been traveling with me and fighting alongside me.
And who are you?
I am Griak, son of Brigand, the exiled prince of Burgess.
And you can hear like the hushed murmurs. Oh, that is the son of Bergen, the great son. They banished from the island. Lost him.
I'll just take all that and put it underneath.
Thank you. Thank you. You hear all that going on as your name rings through this hall, and the dwarf still sitting in the stone throne, just kind of like side eyes the other one, and remains silent. Doesn't say anything. And the one that stood up out of the wooden throne goes,
All right, son of Brigand. What news do you bring from Burgess?
I have no news from Burgess. I, as you know, was exiled and went to Norwich. As I'm assuming you know.
We knew about the exile. We didn't know where you went.
I went to Norwich.
Good to know.
I was there when the forces of Valasar took over.
and again, do you say the word Valasar? Valasar, oh, it's a living statue. The Valasar.
It must not be named.
Myself and my companions, we fought those forces as best we could. And we went to Lorendale
Rip.
to seek wisdom from the elf's father.
I'm a half
He's
elf.
a great wizard there. He assisted us in some ways, and on our return to Norwich, we found that the whole entire country had been destroyed. We learned of the forces that had gone to Durhaven, and we went there to try and help. Alas, we did not save. We were not able to help stop all of the attacks. And I learned that they came here, to Vorstëad.
We believe it was a coordinated strike. All the islands at the same time.
Well, he's like, this is the part that I don't know if anybody's going to believe me or not.
Sure. It wouldn't be you guys meeting royalty if there wasn't some element of they won't believe me involved.
As we began our journey to fight back the princes of the apocalypse, we encountered the goddess, Sylvana.
Once again, the name rings through the halls, and you just the murmurs. You're saying a lot of things that people that haven't been talked about in a long time.
Yeah.
I know. I was skeptical. I'd been skeptical most of my life. But when the goddess revealed herself to us, I pledged to her my hammer. Maelstrom.
And he pulls it forward.
Someone shouts from the audience, "You mean Danon's hammer?"
Aye. It was his. Before he died.
Before you got him killed?
Yes.
This is very cringy for Brenna.
He died saving my life.
We were all there.
And when I was banished,
He kind of looks towards wherever the sound came from.
Yeah, sure.
Like, come on, say something else.
Yeah.
when I was banished, my father charged me to return one day to the Isle, bringing hope for the clan. And I bring with me not just hope for my clan, but for us all.
And what be that hope, boy?
The amulet around the halfling's neck. It's a magical amulet, imbued by...
At that, people start groaning at this point.
Get off the stage.
Imbued by the power of a goddess. It's no simple magics of men.
You want to taste
True power.
a spicy town?
The dwarfs do.
Look at the stones.
He's trying to like,
Sure.
you know, can Milo? Can he please?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Say it in your voice.
kind of reaching his hand out.
May I have the amulet? To show them. I won't let them take it.
Okay.
He
Wow,
take-
he even acted it out.
he grabs it and holds it up and kind of says, "If I may."
And you can. Some of the guards start to like slowly reach for their weapons. Like
Yeah.
Is this a good idea?
the standing prince, lord, whatever you want to call him. He looks a little hesitant. He says, "We dwarves aren't particularly fond of magic. Anything we can't touch or feel or craft ourselves. Unnatural."
But you know that there are items of power in the world.
Like
Aye.
my robe.
Oh gosh.
Like the fine stones. The ancient stones. You know.
Those stones.
Stones.
What are you going on about?
The
Stones.
The Infinity Stones.
yeah.
He's Thor, you know that, right? Like, that's...
Well, he's thinking specifically of like the lore of Ganon's hammer, like the,
Okay, sure.
you know what I mean? That there's power in,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Which our audience may or may not have heard about at this point.
Oh yeah, they may or may not have.
But yeah,
I haven't heard it.
no, it's
You won't, because you won't listen to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Josh is going to release a bonus
Christmas
episode
present.
about a little bit of a Christmas present
Yeah.
to the audience of
Kind of the history of the hammers.
history of the hammer, yeah, and which also details a little bit of history of the world.
Yeah.
And Vorstëad.
You know the tale of this hammer.
We all know the tale. Forged from a magical stone, 3 hammers were made.
Great hammers that led to, in the right hands, helped Danon become a hero.
And in the wrong hands, could have been ruin and destruction for everyone. We cannot trust the magic.
How else do you plan to fight back what's happening?
The same way we fought back enemies for generations.
Shutting everyone else out.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Say that to his face.
I'm still kneeling.
It's just everyone else has stood,
It's
Brenna.
with all due respect, but
With all due respect, that's what you've been doing.
There's a little bit of a it's just,
Like, oh,
what arrogance.
My flaw on my character sheet
I-
says
she
I have
tapped.
trouble keeping my true feelings hidden. My sharp tongue lands me in trouble.
Yeah,
That's her character, everybody.
that's fair.
Yeah, I'm RPing, so get off my back.
Put your phones away.
Stop
I'm
the tweet.
I'm deleting my tweet.
So the same dwarf you've been talking to, he says,
I don't know what your lass is getting on about there.
I'm not his lass.
How long are your memories? Do you remember when we were enslaved by the forces of Alisar? Do you remember what we had to do in order to survive?
We did it under the name of Dwarven Unity and Survival.
I
She talks about acting like we're better than everyone else. And that we released some plague on the world.
I didn't say that.
You were insinuating.
No. You shut everyone else out, though.
We couldn't risk the dwarves.
So you do think you're better than everyone else.
We protect our own.
So you do think you're better than
This
everyone
isn't
else.
helping, Brenna. The dwarves had to change,
Now you know how it feels.
my lords. We had to let go our pride, humble ourselves for the first time in history. In order to unite, we couldn't fight back the creatures that leashed us. We had to bide our time and wait for the right moment.
I know the tales, boy.
And I'm asking you to change again. We're facing the forces of Alisar, and worse. And in order for us to survive again, we have to change again. This magic this tool granted by the goddess herself. A dwarf and his allies handed this to us. I can't remember his name right now, so I'm not going to mention it. But I also don't know, like, necessarily, like, what he's, you know. This was granted us by Sylvana to help defend the world against these forces, to keep Valasar from returning.
As you're talking about the magic and Sylvana and Valasar, you can tell that the dwarf you've been talking to is just getting visibly frustrated. He's pacing back and forth. He's preparing in his head an onslaught of words.
Yeah.
And just as he opens his mouth, the other dwarf holds up his hand, the one sitting in the stone chair. He remains seated, but moves very slowly, like he's just been processing this whole time. He says, "What would you have us do, young Stronghammer?"
Greg kind of swells up a little bit because no one's called him by that name in a long time. He hasn't even intentionally hasn't called himself that.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
The amulet is powerful, but it's made more powerful when it's whole. There are 3 slots for special stones. The 3 stones that created the world. The first we found in Durhaven, in the forests there.
Yeah.
But I believe there's a second one, perhaps even a third, here on Vorstëad. And if there's any clan that would have knowledge of such a stone, it would be yours.
At this point, the dwarf that's standing, the one that was sitting in the wooden throne, he gets irate. He goes, "You expect us to just hand over whatever special stones or magical items or precious artifacts we have to you? After all, you just waltzed in here with 3 strangers coming into our land." And this other one interrupts him. He just raises a hand again, immediately silences the room. He says, "You refer to the stone that divided the dwarves, do you not?"
I suppose I do.
And I was going to decide.
Does he know about that? Would Greg know about that? Is this like
probably
this is a history thing?
This
right?
is like
Did
almost
he pay attention in
this,
school?
This is almost a fable at this
is like
point.
the thing that made the first leader.
Yeah,
the
so,
first leader.
Greg knows. I'm going to say most of the dwarves, if not all the dwarves in this little audience, know because they're the authority, they're the higher ups, they're the education, or they're the educated ones. But in dwarven history, it is almost a tall tale or a child story at this point of the first dwarven clan leader way back in the First Age, who kind of united everyone together through means that didn't make a whole lot of sense, and it became theorized or surmised by some of the other dwarves in this clan that he had some magical object that he was using to either assert his authority or establish authority. Some kind of power was allowing him to operate in his position, and even if it wasn't true, just the fact that people thought it existed made it true. And so there were a few attempts on his life, an attempt to overthrow that power and claim whatever that magical item was for themselves. The attempts failed until ultimately one time they didn't. But he saw the attack coming, the first clan leader, and gave this item to his son and told him, "Hey, boy, get going. You need to skedaddle out of here." And ultimately, that night, the clan leader was killed, and a huge contingency of dwarves, all the dwarves from this massive clan, broke apart and spread out all throughout the island looking for his son, who they believed to have the object. Ultimately, they never found his son. They never found the object. And that is where the establishment of these holds and these clans came from, is after a while they gave up and said, "We're not going to find him. Let's just stay here."
Searching for Hrothgar.
Hrothgar, that's correct. Son of... it's in there. I don't remember what his name is.
Harkin.
Oh, yeah, because...
Harkin Bloodmire. Because Harkness
is named after him.
Yeah.
Yep. So Harkin Bloodmare gave this object to Hrothgar, and Hrothgar was never found. The cities and the holds were established after the dwarves gave up looking for him, and that's kind of just how dwarven culture was established.
That's how they spread out on the island so
much.
Was
through this, through trying to find this guy. So that's what they're referencing here when they say you seek the great stone or you seek the great power. That's what this other dwarf in the stone throne is referring to.
Gotcha.
Sorry for that long exposition, but there's really no way to explain that.
It's a lot of lore. Yeah.
I spent the most time on dwarven lore because I knew you would want it.
Yeah. I suppose that could be the very stone that I am talking about.
Then, boy, you know that no one has ever found that stone, that source of power. If it does exist, it's been hidden away for thousands of years. And if anyone had knowledge of it, you can bet someone had been going after it.
So you're telling me that you don't have a single clue? The lords of the clan of the mining dwarves don't have an idea of where the stone of power might be?
Even if we had that information, you can bet we'd keep it buried deep under the earth to try and prevent anyone from taking it and abusing that power.
We're not interested in abusing the power. We're on a mission to not just save Vorstëad, but save Brannis herself. How can I prove it to you?
Well, you could roll some dice.
Oh, and we're playing D&D?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're not just acting.
We're not
and
Scene. It's persuasion, I suppose.
Need a cigarette. Yeah.
Got a good old -1 to that. 13. I could have rolled a lot worse.
You could have rolled a lot worse. The guy in the stone throne, he sits, just like scratches at his beard for a bit, ponders. The other dwarf that's standing from in front of the wooden throne, he looks over and says,
"Brother, you cannot be serious right now."
And at this, the guy in the stone throne speaks up, says,
"Everybody out."
And just that fast, the hall empties. Except for you guys. You guys can stay.
Aww.
The guy in front of the stone, this is... So, Thoron is wooden throne. Theron is stone throne. Says, so Thoron, he walks over to Theron, and they have a hushed conversation, but it's a big echoey
Can I read their lips?
Sure, you can read their lips. Do you have to do anything?
Nope.
You just do it? Okay.
Yep.
That's fine.
They can even speak Dwarvish because I know that language.
That's fine. So, they do speak Dwarven when they get to you guys, and maybe they've been speaking Dwarven the whole time.
That would make sense.
Probably, because you guys haven't ever been asked anything yet. So yeah, we'll say they've been.
Can I have mouthed back to them in Dwarven?
Afterwards, maybe. So, Brenna, you see that there is a conversation taking place, specifically saying that they have a long lineage and a long bloodline tasked with the protection of this stone. It's been in their family's obligation ever since the founding of Rockbrook, ever since the founding of Clan Stone Splitter. And there's no reason that they should give it over to an outsider, or even give the information to an outsider. I'll say that. So that's kind of what's being said. What do you do with that information, Brenna?
I message Gray.
Forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And I say they're concerned about giving the information to an outsider since they've been tasked with the protection of that stone for centuries. Is there anything you can do to compel them to unite the dwarfs? Can you make a pledge?
Yeah, I mean, he could make a pledge. I don't know.
If all the towns are under attack, if all the towns are under siege right now.
Okay. Are they still conferring?
Yeah.
My lords, this is the end of the world. If Valasar rends control of Brannis once again, if he's set free, all's lost. This isn't a time for half measures. It's time to go all in. I promise you, on the name of the clan that I no longer hold, on the name of my father and his father before him, I'll do right by you. I'll do right by my name.
The Theron, the stone throne. He stands up, finally. And his brother, reaches out to try and help him up, but he, slaps his hand away. A lot of pride in dwarves.
What?
He says, "We need to see an example of its power." And his brother just kind of throws his head back and walks away. Just can't believe he's saying this.
Greg looks at the amulet. Is it in Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Dwarven. I don't know what the correct term is.
Me either. I alternate.
It says Dwarven on my sheet.
I look for power from higher than on high.
He holds it forward.
They get incinerated. You're wanted for murder.
Do I need to actually roll it here, or are we...
Go ahead and roll it. I might use it if it's fun. Otherwise, something.
Will you
else.
tell me if it's the real thing or not? So that
I will tell you if it's.
I rolled 2 10s. That was a dumb. It was either 17 or 71. Give me. I'm gonna reroll. 11.
We've done that one before.
What is it?
Fire ray.
Perfect.
You incinerate him. No, so.
You burn the throne.
But only the wooden one. The non-believer.
Sylvana smites you.
Yeah, it's called Fire Ray. So in this hall, there is one massive chandelier, similar to the one.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Similar to the ones that were in the kind of the bazaar market basically, but this one, just a single one sitting above the center of the room. And
kind of bejeweled, or is it a...
Oh, no, definitely not glamorous or glitzy, but it's just really large.
Cool.
And you can see even from the ground really intricate designs carved in the the forks that hold all the lanterns and stuff like that. As you hold the amulet out, suddenly the room starts to grow very dark, as if all the light is being sucked out of the room in its entirety. And it looks like all of that light and all of that energy is being drawn into the amulet. And as it does, it starts to glow with a very bright blue light. And you kind of take the amulet and put it on the ground facing up. Mm-hmm. And as the light is getting sucked from the chandeliers, finally, once that last little bit of oil is burnt out, so to speak, a brilliant beam of light shoots from the amulet, shoots all the way to the ceiling, and fills the room with this blue glow, cascading a shadow, multiple shadows across the walls of this hall. You see kind of the floating silhouette of a woman. She has long flowing hair and is wearing flowing robes, and it's just this imagery, different shadows, but the same imagery all across the halls and the walls of this room. And there's no objects that could create such a shadow, so it makes no sense. And the eyes of the dwarfs are of Thoron's very wide, and Theron is still just standing there almost this is what he anticipated. This is what he's been trained for his whole life, is leading up to this moment. And after a few moments, you see all of the silhouettes of the figure of the woman. They turn and they point back to the center at the amulet, and all of that blue light just gets sucked back into the amulet, and all the torches and the chandelier turn back on. And you guys reach down and pick the amulet back up and put it around your neck.
I give it back to Milo.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Milo puts it around his neck.
What say you?
Who are we to deny the goddess?
And that's where we're going to end, I think.
Dude. Okay, this is the first island where we didn't have to struggle with the people.
Well, it helps that they're already fighting a war.
Yeah.
So that is going to do it for this week's episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. Lots of lore, lots of fun exposition, but this has been a long time coming.
Dude, I hope somebody depicts that whole hall scene with the blue light stuff. That was cool.
Cool, I'm glad you liked it, because I definitely didn't make it up on the spot. So if you did enjoy it, if you do feel like depicting that in some artistic endeavor, please let us know by hitting us up on our social media accounts. We have a Twitter account @SneakPodcast. You can shoot us an email, mail@sneakpodcast.com, or leave us a podcast review. That would just mean the world to us. We do appreciate any and all forms of communication, interaction that we get from our fans. It's you guys that keep us going each and every week, and we really do love all of the feedback that you guys keep sending our way. Couple shout outs. We got our friends over at Battle Bards. They let us use a lot of sweet music and sound effects for the show. Maybe you heard some, maybe you didn't. Who's to know? Except you have to go to their site to find out. That's battlebards.com. And maybe there are some music or sound effects you could use for your show or your campaign. Help enhance the ambiance. Other than that, again, huge shout out to our friends at Dice Envy, all of our patrons at Patreon, and then anyone who uses Audible. Seriously, you guys, all that stuff just means the world to us. So thank you so much. I'm Reed, the host and DM of this original D&D adventure. To my left, we have
Akio.
Brenna.
Milo.
And Greg.
Thanks, everyone.